What's up, man? If you want to like just introduce yourself, run through your name and where you're from and everything real quick, so my teacher knows who you are.
Yeah, definitely. My name is Rated R Playboy. I am a recording artist from Racine, Wisconsin. I've been doing music for like professionally, probably like close to 10 years. Probably a little bit longer than that, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's been going really, really well. I've worked with some really famous people, and I'm just excited for what's to come.
Hell yeah! How old are you?
I'm 29.
29. Nice, nice. That's awesome. It's good to talk to you, man. I like it. I know I had never really hit you up like this, and it's really cool that I'm thankful that you're able to do this interview with me. It's just gonna be a couple questions about music careers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess the main thing we'll get into is how'd you get into making music first?
Like initially, like first.
Yeah, like in the beginning
Um,
stages.
like in the beginning stages, music really kind of always been a part of my life. Just from just growing up, and my dad being a DJ and stuff like that, and just my mom just having the love for music, and that just kind of rubbed off on me. I took piano lessons when I was like 6 or 7 years old, and even though it didn't really stick, like I just developed, just weird little, tendencies when it comes to music, and I always just had a passion for it, and then that just developed into becoming an actual rapper. So
Right. That's cool. And like you and my brother always, rapped back in the day when you guys were super little. I remember him
mhm.
always telling me that, right?
Yeah, we used to like take blank cassette tapes, and like I had a karaoke machine and like a microphone, and we would like buy just instrumental CDs with like every instrumental that was like hot at the time from whatever artist, and we would just literally freestyle like entire albums worth of like material, and we didn't really care about like quality and that type of stuff. Then it was just rapping, bro. That's what we
Yeah.
love to do. So
Hell
that's
yeah.
what we was.
Do you have any of those still, do you know?
I don't. I really
No.
wish I would stumble across one. But yeah, they just got lost in the sauce. Like I moved like a bunch of times when I was little, so
Right. I get
I don't
that.
think.
I have one case that Josh made before, but it doesn't have a CD in it, which sucks, but it's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah. The
cool.
case. I think the case you're talking about.
Yeah, the J Kid one.
Yep. I remember
Yep.
that.
Like my baby picture or like my
Um,
name in it too.
his name was J Kid.
That's yeah. Oh, so I
That's
want to yeah, since we're talking about names, I wanted to spiral into what kind of driven you to change your name cuz I know you were Young Rob like a long time ago and then you were Rob Hicks for a while. What kind
mhm.
of made you change your name to Rated R Playboy?
It just got stale, really. Like I didn't really know which direction to go with it. I think people got to realize like when like your name is like really your brand. So it's like whatever when that well runs dry, you can't really like do much with it no more. And for me, because that was my actual like government name, I just felt like people just felt like really, really close to me, even though they like weren't. It's just like a level of entitlement that I just didn't want to um, just share anymore with like people that just didn't know me. So it's like with Rated R Playboy, I honestly feel like it's like some superhero type stuff. It's like I got a persona to hide behind sometimes. It's like you don't really know the real me, but I can put this little costume on and be a whole different type of person, and then
Right.
kind of come home to be my regular self. So I just wanted something that wasn't my actual name anymore, and it just went still. I didn't know what direction to like take the Rob Hicks brand, so
I
I
get
just
that. I get that. I feel like, a little bit this past couple of years, the couple of songs you released, it's kind of changing your style a little bit with the new name recognition and changing your branding. How much has like doing deals with people have changed since you changed your name? Is there any like difference you see?
uh definitely. I don't think it's just because of the name change though. Honestly, I just feel like I just leveled up just in every aspect. Honestly,
Right,
and
just growing in general.
yeah, it just grew in general. It wasn't because of the name change. The name change was just for like me, honestly. Like it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't for anything else. It was just what I wanted to do, and then everything kind of like just fell in place with that. It was like like a ladder, honestly, where I just like took like one or two steps towards whatever I wanted, and you know it just came about, and people just started gravitating towards it a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get that. That's awesome. Yeah, I wanted to talk about like how you kind of stick to your roots. I like how you still talk to the friends and family from way back when. You still talk to my brother. You still chat with me. We still like each other's
Uh,
Instagram posts. I like how you keep up with everybody. How do you keep like a level head with everyone and like try not to get a big head of yourself when you're kind of getting up there with the fame right now?
um, it's just really not who I am. Like it's not, it don't really like change you. It like changes everyone else around you. Like when you start like kind of getting up there, whether it's you have notoriety or more money, whatever the case might be. It don't really for me in my case, it don't really change me, but people like start treating you differently, and then that's when you can either start to get a bigger head or you can just stay yourself. And I've just always like been myself, and I surround myself with my family and stuff. So
Right.
they remind me constantly about who I really am, and that's just what it is. Like, I don't surround myself with a lot of people that's just always like geeking my head up. Like the people that I'm with, they don't treat me like a big rap star. They treat me like they've known me for however long, and I just kind of feed off of that.
Nice. Yeah. I was actually talking to Keyshawn Turner. I was FaceTiming him yesterday last night and we were kind of chatting a
Yeah.
little bit about you and how like, just like your success and like how
Mm-hmm.
far you've pushed through, which is so dope to see. What's kind of like, I don't know, what's the main thing that you think has gotten you this far successfully like in your career? Like what do you think has gotten you this far?
Keyshawn is he's a cool kid. He spent the night at my house like quite a few times back when with my brother and stuff. But to answer your question, honestly, I just had to learn about the business really, and because I always had I always knew I could make music, and the main thing was number one, I had to make good music. I had to learn how to rap well and make good music, and that was like a challenge for me, because that just wasn't what I was used to doing. So I had to not only switch my style up a little bit, but I had to appeal to different audiences. And once you learn how to do that, then your streams will kind of go up a little bit more. And then once you kind of study the business to go along with it, you can figure out how to market whatever um, you know content that you're giving to the world. And I just kind of figured it out. I figured out what works for me, and it's been working. It's been really doing really well. So I will say just having a business mind and just appealing to more than one audience has been like definitely super key for me.
Nice. Okay, cool. And like I don't know, what's like your setup and recording process have been looking like now since COVID?
I don't know. One thing that COVID taught me was how to like make money from the house, honestly, because you can't really like back when everything was like shut down. You couldn't go anywhere. Like you couldn't really do photo shoots, couldn't really do video shoots. So I ended up buying like my own photo booth, my own backdrops for everything, and I just had everything in the house. And I always was like an introverted person anyway, so I didn't really like going to studios and stuff like that. So I've always had like studio equipment. So nothing really changed for me, to be honest with you. I just kind of leveled up my equipment a little bit more. Purchased different stuff. Purchased the camera. Purchased like backdrops and stuff for photos and tripod and that type of stuff. Like I really got like a lot of stuff where I can just do everything on my own. I don't really have to like leave the house to distribute content anymore. So
Hell yeah. And kind of just bouncing off of, recording and figuring all of that out. What artists did you like look up to or even inspire or like what, inspired you to make music today? Like what artists that kind of pop out of mind that have helped you?
younger, I was definitely influenced by Wayne. I was definitely influenced by Wayne was actually like probably definitely the first rapper that I like just fell in love with as far as like the music and stuff like that goes. Bow Wow definitely influenced me too, to be honest with you, just because he was so young and he was young, he was fly, he had all the girls, and it was like he was a few years older than me, so I just felt like I could do it too because he was just so young. Um, Kanye West, his artistry was just fire, and his visuals were always fire. And honestly, I don't know. I was like really picky back then, but like now I can listen to pretty much anything and kind of just vibe to it and find something hot about it, and just be inspired by it really, because there's a lot of different kind of artists out right now in 2021. It's a lot of good music out there, and it's a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
that just they just have different styles and stuff, and you can't really just put yourself in the box as far as creating music or listening to it anymore, because you really be like selling yourself short.
Right.
And yeah, I just learned to accept different styles and stuff, and if it's good music, then it's just good music. And yeah, now, like, honestly, bro, I listen to a lot of like Project Pat, like older stuff. Like, I listen to a lot of Project Pat, listen to a lot of like Big L. I'm listening to this guy named obviously Pop Smoke, Mo3, who was just you know he passed away last year, but I'm listening to a lot of different stuff, man.
Mm-hmm. And like kind of talking about all these new artists in 2021 and how like easily accessible everything is on SoundCloud and TikTok spreading around.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's kind of like been your key to success going through this phase, or even just like from an outside perspective, what have you seen with the saturation of music in today's age, like compared to 10, 20 years ago? Like what's kind of a pattern you've been seeing?
I actually like it more now, to be honest with you, because like I said, I'm an introvert. Like, I don't really like talk like that. I don't like meeting people. And it's like now you don't have to do any of that. You can just upload it to SoundCloud. You can put it on all streaming, services, and you can literally just build a fan base like from your phone or your laptop. And that's like super fire to me, just because I don't want to really like interact with people. I mean, I will, but it's like if I don't have to, I just won't. But like I just noticed that like nowadays, like you don't really have you do less work. You don't really have to just do every single show that's thrown your way. You know what I mean? Like you don't. Social media is so powerful now. It's like if people that we idolized growing up would have had social media, it might have been worse than what it is right now. To be honest with you, because those people were like real innovators, and it's just like I said, man. Social media is just crazy. Like networking is, as long as you can network and you can really brand yourself however you want to nowadays. You can literally make it in the music industry. Like somebody out there will like gravitate towards whatever content you pushing out. And I don't even know if I just like answer your question or not. Like, but the power of social media is just like mad crazy, and everyone's using it to their advantage. And I love it.
Mm-hmm. No, I get that, and that's yeah. You answered my question. Just talking about social media in general, just utilizing it as a platform. It's definitely helpful.
Yeah.
Another thing I wanted to talk about is just like motivation. I've kind of had a little bit of struggle with motivation a couple months to just like write and sit down and write a song out or do like
Right.
anything just recording wise. And what's kind of like been the key factor of you, like what's like motivating you right now to keep making music?
Just because number one, I love to do it. I wouldn't say number one. Like, I think the thing that motivates me most is just my family and stuff. Like, they just kind of keep me going, and that's my voice. You know what I mean? Like, that's like my voice to the world. That's my gift. That God gave me, and that's like what I do better than I do anything else on the planet. So I have to, I have to use it. I would be a fool if I didn't use it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I just, just for that reason, I just gotta use it. And, the main thing, honestly, it's like, it's crazy because, everyone goes through like different phases where they just really don't feel like, doing this, or they're not really motivated, but, honestly, if you love to do something, like it's going to be days where you just don't, you're not feeling it. But if you love to do something, like you'll never stop doing it. Like even when you like retire from doing whatever you want to do, like you'll always like find some type of way to actually like do it in a different like element or something. So, the love for it is just keeping me going. Really, my family's keeping me going. Um, it helps that it's paying off too, because I don't know if I would like still be doing it if sometimes the love for it may not be enough for some people. So it's like if you're working hard for like 10 years and you don't see any results, and you don't see any like new fans, no new streams, no new like shows sold out or anything like that, like you can like really get discouraged. And
Mm-hmm.
I can understand that, but luckily for me, that's not been the case. Like it's been it's been going really well. And
Yeah. Oh, have you been making revenue off your music?
yeah, definitely.
Nice.
Definitely, like Spotify and Apple Music, definitely, they pay really, really nicely. Once your streams are, elevated a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Last time I checked, I think it said like you had over 100,000 like what follower? No, listens on Spotify, right?
So
Monthly
Apple
listeners.
Music last month was April, was about to be May. I would say probably in March. I definitely for Apple Music I did 1.1 million streams on Apple Music last month, and right now on Spotify I think I'm at 103 monthly listeners.
103,000.
Oh yeah, my bad. 103,000.
Yeah.
103,000 monthly listeners on Spotify right now.
Nice.
Which is the most I've ever had. I've never like had that many monthly listeners at all. So it's going as well as it's ever been going right now. So that's a blessing, and I'm just happy and excited, and that honestly motivates you. Like once you like see people like just loving your stuff like the way that they've been, recently. It just it just motivates you. You know what I'm saying? Like you can be in a slump, and then like if you get like just a million streams in 1 month, you'll be like, man, let me finish this album. Let me finish whatever. It just really gets you to just keep going and do better, man.
Right. And I just want to piggyback off of that, motivation factor. I'll end off with this real quick, and then I'll let you be. But like other than motivation of the Spotify listeners and all of that, what other kind of tips or advice that you can give me as like a beginner staging of this rap career?
The advice I would give, my advice to you would definitely be first and foremost, you're what, 19, 18?
Mm-hmm.
You're 18 years old. I would you definitely I've listened to your music before, obviously. We've worked together, you sent me stuff here and there. I've been knowing you since the day you were born. So,
yeah.
I know you have musical talent. I would say at a young age you definitely have to look into the business side of music.
Okay.
And definitely, because I feel like if I like know everything that I know now, like when I was 18 years old, I would be much bigger than what I am, and like on the business side of things. So I think first of all, like you have to realize that it's a business. It's not just about making music. It's about how you can make money off of making the music at the end of the day. And it's not even all about money, but that's how people are going to view it. You know what I mean? So definitely just, you have to carry yourself as a brand at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Be professional, carry yourself as a brand, make sure your social media everything is on point. Like make sure everything is professional, and just continue to get better. Like don't really settle for one sound or anything like that. You can always get better, even if like the song is great, you think it sounds great, that's fine, but just try to outdo that song with the next song you record in some kind of way. Maybe your voice can sound a little bit better on this song, or maybe you want to go a little harder, maybe you want to harmonize a little bit more, maybe whatever the case may be. Just try to experiment and try to get better at doing what you do, because the more you become comfortable in like different type of pockets with rapping, the more people will gravitate towards you. And like I said, bro, it's all about it's really just all about appealing to more than one audience. Because if you can appeal to a lot of different audiences, you'll make they'll pay you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a lot of different bags. That's a lot of different kind of bags that you can get.
Yeah.
So it's like, and once you that start rolling in, you can be brand ambassadors for different brands and companies and stuff like that. So just always carry yourself in a professional manner, bro. And just make sure your brand is just on point. And like I said, look into the music business. Look up like what PR is. Try to get on blogs, real like actual rap blogs and stuff
like
that.
Networking, marketing.
Yeah, definitely make connections with different like journalists and stuff like that who can write articles and stuff about you, and try to just make as many connections as possible at a young age, because as you progress, they'll stick around, and when they when the time is right, they'll show love to you, just because they know you, and two, you're making really good music. You know what I mean? So definitely just make connections, keep those connections around, and continue to make good music, and just market yourself however you can.
All right, cool. Well, I appreciate you so much for doing this interview. I'm so glad we got to just knock it out today, because I always hate waiting so long for interviews like this. Kind of gets me anxious about it. But I really appreciate you coming on, talking. We'll text off and on here and there. But
Sure.
I'll let you be, man. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
I appreciate that, man. Thanks for having me, bro.
See ya.
Yep, love.